Welcome to the Vegas Insider channel here on YouTube as we take a look at Saturday's American Athletic Conference Championship in New Orleans between Tulane and UCF. Kevin Rogers with you, and the Green Wave in their first ever American Championship game, and they are favored here at home against the Knights, and Tulane lost to UCF earlier this season. We'll talk about that game in just a moment. Tulane a 3-point favorite here. But for our best bet, I'm going to take the points of the UCF Knights. Now, let's look at UCF first. Gus Malzahn's team comes in at 9-3, and they blew a big lead against state rival USF last week, but they ended up beating the Bulls 46-39, failed to cover as 19.5-point favorites, marking the second straight game they didn't cover, laying at least 2 touchdowns. They lost to Navy the previous week, and that was coming off the win at Tulane back on November 12th, 38-31, but also UCF. They've knocked off Tulane. They've beaten Cincinnati. They beat SMU. They have a lot of good wins inside of the American, and they will look to win the conference title against this Green Wave squad that's been one of the biggest surprises in college football this season. And Tulane coming off a 27-24 win at Cincinnati in the season finale. Also, Tulane, when you look at some of the numbers that they have put up, good home win against Memphis. They blew out SMU. Also, they won at Houston earlier in the season, even though Houston has not been the team they were in the last few years. Also, they beat Kansas State on the road back in September. But the game that slipped away from them was against UCF. And that game in New Orleans, Tulane lost by 7, 38-31. The game wasn't even that close, as UCF led that game 31-14 in the third. Tulane got a couple late touchdowns, made it interesting, but UCF ran for 336 yards in that game as they won outright as 1-point dogs here. UCF getting a few more points, but I just think that even though Tulane is playing in the revenge role, I don't like laying points in that spot, considering the fact that people will say, all right, well, Tulane's at home and they're going to come back and beat UCF. UCF is playing with all the house money here. If they lose, no big deal. Tulane, they want to get to a pretty good bowl with a win here. They've had a great season, but I'm going to take the points here with UCF against Tulane as our best bet for the American Championship game. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Vegas Insider TV. Also, we have other championship game best bet videos you can check out. The Big 12, Kansas State and TCU. The SEC, Georgia and LSU. Also, the Big 10, Michigan and Purdue. And the ACC you could find as well, Clemson taking on North Carolina. I am Kevin Rogers. Thanks a lot for watching. And as always, best of luck with your bets.